Okay. Everybody, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Ashland Board of Health meeting for October 17th, 2023. Just like to read this disclosure. This agenda is subject to change and includes those items reasonably anticipated by the chair to be discussed at the meeting. Not all agenda items may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. So I'll call the meeting to order at 6:04. And as always, citizens participation. Anybody out there? No Mark DeSoni tonight. All right, probably not enough of an interesting meeting. So we'll get on to agenda item 3, which is 61 Valley Road septic system variance. I think we all have those plans, and I guess it's for Eric.
Yes.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Yeah, good.
You want me to share my screen?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah, Laura can do that, and
it's all set.
Okay. Let's see this guy. Share. Okay. Can everybody see that?
yes.
Okay, there we go. So this is 61 Valley Road. Valley, if you're not familiar with it, it's located off Ramblewood Drive, which is a road off of High Street. It's a subdivision. The homes are built in the 70s. I think this one was 1973. It's 61 Valley Road. It has an existing septic system in the rear of the property. There's the tank. I didn't show the leach field, but it's right in this area here. Can you hear me? Oh, can you hear me?
Same.
Yes, we can. Again.
Yeah.
Okay. The rear of the property has the MBTA rail lines, and on the western side of the property is a drainage easement. It's a fairly nice backyard. It has a in-ground pool, and it has a patio around it and some shrubbery, which isn't shown in the survey, but it's a very well-maintained backyard. The homeowner did not want to look at a mound, and having some familiarity with the soils in this area, and which was reinforced by the soil testing, which showed in this test pit redox at 24 inches, in test pit 2 redox at 24 inches, and water coming in at 84 and 52. And then this test pit down here, I'm not sure. I think it might have been the spoils from the dig out when they put in the in-ground pool, or it could have even been from the MBTA. There were such things as loam, there was sand, and there was even a tire buried there. So I wanted to keep the system away from that area. I don't know what the extent of that fill is. Going up here, like I said, he didn't want a mound. With groundwater that high, about the lowest profile system you can use is this. It's an IA system. It's a fast geoflow system. This is a microfast treatment tank. Then it goes into a pump chamber, and then up to it's called the geoflow, which is like a garden hose. This is a pressurized type system, which drains back once it cycles. It drains back into the pump chamber. This system is approved to go 2 feet to groundwater because it has very advanced treatment. I don't know if you've been following any of it, but in the Cape right now, there's a big push to remove nitrogen from the wastewater, and this is one of the preferred systems. I think eventually it'll probably spread to the rest of Massachusetts, but it's starting down there. Like I said, the system can go 2 feet to groundwater, and it can be sized up to 40% smaller. I didn't design the system to accommodate a garbage grinder. He does not have one, and I don't think it's a good idea for this type of system in general. Another variance is, like I said, from 4 feet to 2 feet to groundwater, and then the tanks given the high groundwater, you can't really control this, but once you put the tanks in the ground and you have redox at 2 feet, the inlets and the outlets of those tanks are going to be within 12 inches of the groundwater, the redox. So that's the last variance. That's about it. There won't be much of a mound at all. I think it's only a 6-inch change in grade along the property line here. There will be a deed notice, 2 deed notices, one for the alternative system, and the second for the prohibited garbage grinder. Oh, I can't hear you. I can't.
No, sorry, Ron, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I can. I still can't.
I can hear you, Eric.
I can't hear Ron though.
Okay.
Oh,
We
we just heard you, Ron.
You did.
There you go.
Now
Yeah.
or no? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm sorry. Any board members have any questions? No? All right. Anybody like to
think
make,
so.
I guess we usually can't do these as a single unit. So anybody like to, make a motion to accept section 303-11, the local board health variance?
I can take a crack at that one.
Okay.
So I make a motion to grant a variance from Ashland Board of Health Regulations, section 303-11, to allow the subsurface sewage disposal system to be designed without a garbage disposal, with the conditions that no garbage disposal be installed within the house, and a deed recording be placed on the property stating no garbage disposal shall be installed in the house while the subsurface sewage disposal system is in use. And this is for 61 Valley Road.
Great. Good. Any seconds for that?
I'll second that, Ron.
Yeah, great. Thank you. All right. Seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. All right. That should be passes 4-0. And then the Title V local upgrade approval, sections 310 CMR 15.405 and section 310 CMR 405. I guess one's 1H2 and one's 1I. Anybody like to make a motion to approve those?
I guess I will continue
Yeah. Okay.
with the motions.
Okay.
So I make a motion to grant a waiver from Title V Regulation Section 15.405 H2 to allow reduction from 4 feet to 2 feet separation for soils with percolation rates greater than 2 minutes per inch between the bottom of the soil absorption system and the seasonal high groundwater elevation.
Okay.
I'll second
Scott,
it.
can we do these as a unit?
I'll second it.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll just go right to the second. All right. Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Second. Dave, you're doing a good job. You want to do the last one?
Sure. And I make a motion to grant a waiver for Title V Regulation Section 15.405 LI, or 1I, excuse me, to allow a reduction of the requirement of the 12-inch separation between the inlet and outlet tees on high groundwater, provided that all boots and pipe joints are sealed with hydraulic cement or installed with tight sleeves, and the tank is proven watertight.
Great. Thank you. Any seconds?
Second.
All right. Great. Thanks, Jay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That passes. All right. Eric, thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Okay, have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I know you had spoken about this last time, Jay, the Ram Clinic. the potential location for next year. How's that going?
It is going okay. We just got, and thanks to Ed Berman, official approval from Keefe Tech that they will host it next year. The dates are going to be setup day August 9th and the clinical run on the 10th and the 11th of August of next year. So we're going to go meet with them just to work out some details on Monday. Now, I still need to sign an agreement with RAM, but they have penciled it in and said that they will have staff to do it on that date. So I wouldn't say that this is absolutely official, but it's like 99% sure bet. So that's the plan.
That's great. Thanks,
Yep.
Jay and Ed. I'm just interested, how unusual is this to have the, back-to-back years in the same location like this?
It's not unusual.
It's not unusual.
No, it's actually pretty common.
Okay.
Sometimes there'll be a clinic and it'll run 1 year, and then after that first time they might need another couple years to really prepare and get into the groove. But once they get going, it's not uncommon to have these every year in the same place. So we were hoping, it's tight at Keefe Tech because they have the summer camp and then they have school starting, and so you only have a couple of weeks to work with there. And then trying to do it during the school year is tough too, because there are weekend events. And so, I think if RAM can do it and they say they can, then we're lucky to have the opportunity for the 9th through the 11th.
Yeah, I thought that it would be unusual for, let's say a need-based thing like this. I guess I figured that with the turnout that we had and probably turning a lot of people away, that was why. But you're telling me that's not really the bottom line. It's, that it went pretty well. And
Yep. And this year I would expect even more. I mean, I think that our capacity will be about the same, which is 400 patients, 7 dental tents. So I don't think that changes, but I think that more people will know about it.
Yeah.
So promotions will go a little bit easier. Just in general, I mean, the whole process should be easier.
Right.
There's a couple of things that we need to work out, and that is getting professionals there and recruiting for those folks. But I think all of the other aspects, fundraising, general promotions and planning, should be much smoother this time around. And maybe we won't have to start so early this time around in terms of planning. So,
right.
so as we get, I think, after maybe end of November, December, when we really start to get rolling, I can update everybody on a regular basis again, like we were doing last time.
Okay.
Yep.
That's great. I can't believe you're going to do this again, but thank you. and Ed and all the other, people that are, that you're going to get help from.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, that's great. And of course you, Raj, that's for sure.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jay.
Sure.
Okay. Dave, you good? Any questions?
No, I'm looking forward to getting it on the ground floor on this one.
Yeah.
I'll have to. I wasn't able to attend the last one. We were on vacation, so which I'd forgotten. But this time I'll see what we can do about that.
Yeah, I mean, this time, Dave, I may have a special role for you. Let me think about it a little bit, and we can talk offline about it too, and see what you think about it. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but I think someone helping Ed out in recruitment for professionals, I think would be really helpful. So I'm just trying to figure out who and how we can work that out this time, so that we can start a little early and we don't run into the same thing we ran into last year, which was having some dentists on site that weren't licensed or weren't really eligible to actually do the work. So, but I can talk to you more about that and see how you feel about recruiting and that sort of thing. So no pressure.
Yeah, I'm happy to help in any way I can.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Great. Anybody else? Ed, you don't have any questions, right? You already know it. Okay. I think so. Okay. All right,
Yep.
Raj, that brings us to item 5, your report. Looks like you got a pretty busy report.
Thank you, sir. So first, the DAT stuff. We did had our advisory committee meeting on October 11th. DAT is changing some stuff around. How they're going to do business moving forward. But we have another retreat, and they're going to brief everybody in the retreat, like their functioning and all that stuff. Functioning is not going to change. It's just like some staffing changes and stuff. So if any board member can attend, myself, Laura is going to be there in the morning of it's a Thursday, November 16th. If you can attend, it'll be great. With the
Rob,
restaurants, please.
Can I chime in on that? So yeah, I am the liaison to DAET, and unfortunately, and of course, the first retreat that they have, I'm going to be out of town. So yeah, if anybody from the board can go there in lieu of me, that would be wonderful. So, but it sounds like you'll be there, Raj and Laura. But if anybody else could go, that would be great. And I'm sorry I can't make it.
Thanks, Dr. J. And
Sure.
so with the restaurants, Boston Paintball, this was last month. We had a complaint that they're selling some food, without permit, and they didn't have a permit with us. And then Tom was out, doing an inspection. They had since applied for a food permit, and Tom did a re-inspection. We're still waiting for the pest control report. After that, we'll be issuing them a food permit. And then Dairy Queen is still going through the change of ownership. That's another restaurant. With arbovirus, West Nile virus, 164 water samples, positive water samples, and 4 cases so far in the state. And with EEE, we have 28 water positive samples for EEE, but 0 cases. That's a very good news. Housing cases, Chestnut Place apartment. Now, I guess we have 4 active cases there. Three we have done inspection, and I got another complaint yesterday that I'll be doing the inspection this week. In 2 of the units, the roach activity is still there, so working with the management on that. 137 Pond Street, I did get an email from the Attorney General's office on that. They're working on it, We'll soon have another update for the board on that. Mill Pond Rest Home, I have not heard any complaints from the last inspection I had last month. They did send me, I guess, 1 or 2 reports, and I'm waiting for another report for probably this time around, for the pest control. And I'll keep the board posted as I get that. For the House Street landfill, we did had our monitoring on September 28th. That was last month, and the new company Langdon is working on the report. Once we have that out, we'll share it with you. Doing strong with the flu COVID clinics. We did had a clinic today, and we did like 34 vaccines today. We did had one last week where we did like 58 vaccines. Today we are offered flu, both Pfizer and Moderna COVID, as well as RSV vaccine. We have 3 more clinics that are scheduled with the Pine Health Pharmacy. One is on next week, Tuesday, October 24th. Then we have one scheduled for November 7th and 14th. For the next week on the 24th, we're going to offer again flu, both COVIDs, RSV, and we're going to offer shingles vaccines as well. So I encourage anybody who wants any of these vaccines to register with the pharmacy, so they have doses for anybody, and if there is any copay, they can be sorted out before they come to play. With the disease investigation cases, we was past couple of weeks we had a Hep B case and and another Hep A case and a cryptosporidiosis case that was dealing. Hep B, the state is looking into it because it was a acute case. Hep C, we did the investigation. And the cryptosporidiosis also, I'm glad again that that was a foreign travel case. You know, the gentleman, he traveled to Europe and probably. So that's a good news that it was not here. The last item is the performance standard for local public health. Last week, I sent an email to the board that the state DPH has come out with the local public health standards, performance standards. That it's gonna include that they're gonna have like minimal expectations for local board of health for services, you know, and what all we provide to the community. So there are performance standards on that, as well as some standards on staffing, like how much staff you need for the population you serve. So this is from a couple of years, right, from when the state started the shared services that we are part of, like Metro West Shared Services. They've been doing this, you know, so they've been collecting a lot of data from us, you know, all 351 municipalities, and finally they have come up with this first version of the performance standards. And it is going to include, like, you know, the workforce need to be trained, and they're going to need to have these minimal credentials to practice public health at the local level.
Raj, it also, am I right? It sounded like that there would be a requirement for boards of health to get a particular training.
That is correct, sir. So trainings, credentials, right? Like we have some credentials like RS, registered sanitarian, right? CHO, like certified health officer, stuff like that. So they're gonna come up with minimal, you know, credentialing for the staff to practice public health.
Mm-hmm.
More stuff to come, you know. So these are the first performance standards that they have come up with. And I'm open for any questions, please.
Raj, I just have one quick question. Are there still any residents at Mill Pond?
Yes, sir. So to my understanding, yes, you know, but I don't have the exact number. I can find out for you. But yeah, yes.
Because didn't they plan to close by the end of this month?
End of year, sir, you know, so they were
end of the year. Okay.
End of the year, yes. But I can check, you know, like with them, like how many residents are still there, you know. But...
Okay.
Yes.
Raj, regarding the new performance standards, seemed like some of the findings in the report were that there were a lot of the municipalities that weren't able to meet the statutory requirements. And so I just I'm assuming that Ashland's not one of them, but I am ready to be educated on that. How would you feel? How do you feel that Ashland is going to hold up against the newer higher standards?
No, sir, I guess we are all good, you know, so with the credentialing and all that stuff, you know, all our staffing is fully credentialed, you know. Myself, I have all the credentials needed or provided by state, you know. Similarly, Mr. Curran, you know, our food inspector have, he don't have one, you know, but that's not like everything is not mandatory. He have RS, you know, that's the basic, like that's the most important one. Then he have his credential in the food safety, so we're good. Both are public health nurses, you know, they're fully credentialed as well, you know. So I guess from that angle, we are very good, you know.
Is that free of so if we wanted to get RS certified, is that a free certification, free course?
No, sir, there is cost involved with the exam as well as there is a yearly fee, you know, that you need to keep up, and then you need to get some continuing education credits that's why like I go to the conferences and all that to have that going, you know, so.
Yeah.
But if any board member is interested, we can look at, you know, like if you want to get it. But yes, there is definitely a cost to get credentialed and, you know, to continue having.
Yeah. Is that part of our budget to have the board receive any sort of education like that?
Well, we can definitely look at look at it. So, I guess we have good amount of money for that, for education and all that, and I don't think so there'll be any potential issues, but we can check with I can check with the Jen, on this, but we do have monies for training and all that for the staffing and the board members.
Yep. All right.
So Raj, are these being created brand new, or there are templates from other states that, that they're pulling from? Because it seems like if you're going to try to educate everybody with these minimum standards, are they going to be making up new tests and those type things, or?
So to my understanding, everything is in place. What the state is trying to do. There are some senior public health members, right? Like they started way back, and like didn't have that proper credentialing or some education, right, to be there. Though they are very experienced, they know everything, right? So it can be like, if a requirement is for a bachelor's degree or master's degree, they probably don't have it. But what state is trying to do slowly, bring this on, so people who are practicing public health have proper credentials, right?
Yeah.
For the credentials, all of them are already in place, like from one side, right? For as I mentioned, for the food, it's called CPFS, it's Certified Professional Food Safety.
Yeah.
Then for RS or REHS, what we call as is the Registered Sanitarian or Registered Environmental Health Specialist, right? That's in place. CHO is Certified Health Officer, that is in place. Then we have credentialing for Title V, you have to be a Title V inspector, and then you need to be a soil evaluator. So these are the 5 main ones, I guess, for the work we do, Similarly with the nursing staff, right, you need to be an RN, and all that stuff, right? Like, but Jesse's RN, and then Katie's RN, and she also have an MPH, so I guess the credentialing is in place. It's just about like, the state is trying to get all the workforce with local public health to get credentialed.
So they're looking for this to become, some kind of standard by 2025 or 2026, or
I don't know the timeline, but they're saying they're going to give them opportunity and time, to have their staff get these trainings and all that. But it's going to be very good, at least, if more and more people are trained, right? And the state have resources right now, and that's why they're giving us all the monies, right, that's coming through the shared services. And right now they're setting up something called training hubs, right? So they're going to have specialists, and our area, right, Ashland is under NEDM actually for a training hub. So in case we need any sort of training in the department, they're going to be a specialist or two who's going to be at a training hub in NEDM that they're going to come out and train us, So that's what the state is doing. I guess they have made 10 hubs, in the whole state. That's going to cover the whole state. They're going to be like 2 specialists, who are going to be, and their full-time jobs is going to be just to train the other municipalities or their staff.
Okay.
So, but like for public health perspective, I guess this is a very good initiative, or the work that, that I'll take training any day, like, so there is a lot to learn every time we go out for this. So
yeah, of
it's going to be helpful in that sense,
Okay. Great. Everybody good? Yeah. Thanks, Raj. Anything else? No?
That's all, sir. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we can move on to the consent agenda. Anybody like to motion to approve the consent agenda as written?
Ron, did you see my email about the minutes that I put on the agenda for the previous meeting? So we'll have to wait till the next meeting. I apologize.
But the September 5th one, those are good.
We already approved those.
So those are okay. Okay,
So just the budget.
just the budget. Okay.
Sorry.
So no, that's fine. I didn't see that one today. So, okay. Anybody want to make a motion to approve the budget for today?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve fiscal year 2024 year-to-date budget report on the consent agenda.
Okay, great. Any
I'll
seconds?
second it.
Okay, great. Thanks, Ed. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Great. So, I don't know if Raj usually has a pretty good agenda, and Laura, anybody need anything on the agenda for next time? I'm sure we'll keep on the RAM clinic on all year. I don't know if there's anything else anybody wants to talk about.
Nope.
Nope. If anything comes, okay. All right.
Date would you prefer? Usually in November, you can do one the first week or the third week, or there's Thanksgiving is the third week, but
Yeah.
I think in the past we've just done one meeting in November and December.
Okay. Is anybody going to be out of town, either the third week?
I am not, but if we're going to do one meeting, the 7th works for me. I don't know about anybody else, just in case. Oh, is that election day? My calendar says election day.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, but it doesn't matter to me either way. But if I were to pick, I'd say the 7th.
Okay. Yeah. I
But
can do
if it is election day, we won't be able to do the meeting.
Right.
Right.
Won't be able to be that day.
Okay.
Does Ashland have an election on the 7th?
No, I'm sorry. I should. I don't know. But I need to check.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can do either. Can we even move the meeting?
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, we don't? Okay.
I don't know if there's an election day, so we can just plan on this. Well, we can find out tomorrow and send out an email to everybody.
Okay.
Dave, you going to be around?
My calendar also, Laura, says election day, so I don't know why, but it's on my calendar.
Okay.
But we can get back to the board, unless
Right.
as we go closer to it, if you want to decide today, we're totally fine, But if you want to do that, I can check with Dr. Ron, Mr. Berman, and then go from there, But up to the board, whichever way
you can leave it. You can leave it open-ended. I can make either one. Or if we have to change it, even if it's not televised, we can do it on a different day if we have to. So, Ed, you going to be around? Dave? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll make it work.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Great. All right. Anybody like to make a motion to adjourn?
I guess I will make the motion to adjourn.
Okay. Great.
I will second it.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Ed. All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great. All right. Thanks, everybody.